All right, this is a little bit of a later trade recap. Today was a busy day. We had a bunch of stuff to do today, and yeah, we took another loss, which sucks. But again, yeah, we just gotta try and do our best here. This is an opportunity for me to prove to myself that I can get out of drawdown. I've done it before on these accounts before. The most trades I've lost in a row was 6. We're on a 5 losing streak right now, 5 trade losing streak, and yeah, there's nothing else we could really say about that. Again, market has been. I'm not going to blame it on the market, but the market has been a little bit crazy lately. Some of the trades I shouldn't have taken just sat out. Some trades were good opportunities and they ended up not playing out, but that's just part of trading. We got to trust our system. We got to be patient. We got to stick to our overall risk management and rules, and worry about the long term. Right? We shouldn't stress out just because we're in drawdown. And again, I've started to size down, especially after losing 3 trades in a row. I sized down on my 4th trade, and then I sized down on a trade today, but ended up taking my loss early before we could have lost even more money because I didn't like how the market was looking. And we ended up preserving capital a little bit, but we still technically took a loss. We ended up losing $90 per account. It was a small loss, but again, it's part of trading. So I just want to go over today's trade. Um, as we can see, right, market open. Let's skip to market open. Again, I like going back and back testing like this now. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. I just think it shows you better. But let's go to market open, right? Or actually, let's look at the high time frame. So high time frame, we could see we had London session highs above. We had these hourly highs above, hourly highs above. We had this hourly fair value gap. Nasdaq ended up breaking structure to the downside in the hourly time frame before market open, and then before market open also, ES ended up inversing this hourly fair value gap. Right. So I was bearish on the day, but I wanted to see my continuation confluences. So as we can see, market continued lower. We formed this hourly bearish fair value gap here. I wanted the price to retrace back into that and then come down and fill in all these draws or take out all these sell side draws and liquidity and fill in this bullish 4-hour fair value gap, because again we had a bullish 4-hour fair value gap on Nasdaq with a 4-hour low. And usually when there's a high time frame draw on liquidity down below in a high time frame fair value gap, that's usually a huge draw on liquidity that I want to see get hit. But again, we didn't. We ended up hitting it, but we didn't get a setup to go to the downside. So we could see, let's go to the 5-minute time frame, which I look off of, right? So we go to the 5-minute time frame. ES ends up forming that hourly bearish fair value gap too that I wanted to see get traded into, and then see selling confirmation out of that. So we'll mark this out as an hourly bearish fair value gap right here, right? But we could see market continues down. We come out, we take out these hourly lows, we take out these hourly lows and these hourly lows, so we'll get rid of those. We can see we come all the way down to these hourly lows, right? So we'll X this out, come down to these hourly lows, right? And this is where I ended up taking the trade, which, again, I think this was a rushed entry. It wasn't a smart entry. It was more of an aggressive entry. I was trying to predict a reversal, which didn't happen, but as we can see, we ended up not playing out. So if we go to the 15-minute time frame, right, we formed a 15-minute bearish fair value gap on both indexes, right? 15-minute bearish fair value gap right here. That was marked out a little bad. And then if we go to the 15-minute time frame on ES, we formed a 15-minute bearish fair value gap, right? And while we are on the 15-minute time frame right here, usually I scale down to the, right, if we see a 15-minute draw and liquidity get swept, I scale down to the 1-minute time frame, look for inverse fair value gap, break a structure, and then our continuation confluences, right? That's what I went off of today. So if we go down here, we could mark out our 15-minute lows, right? We have a 15-minute low right here. We have a 15-minute low right here. And we have a 15-minute low right here, right? So we took out this hourly draw. We took out this 15-minute low. We took out this 15-minute low. And I was on the 5-minute time frame here. Like, we end up taking it out. Watch, you'll see. But again, if we go to NASDAQ, we have this 15-minute low, this 15-minute low. These were also hourly lows. We can see we come down, we sweep these out. I scale down to the 5-minute time frame, right? So let's see where we're at here. This is 10 a.m. I want to see the 10 a.m. closure. 10 a.m. I decided to scale down to the 1-minute time frame on both indexes. Don't think it was a smart decision because, again, we have this. This is a big draw on liquidity down below. 4-hour bullish fair value gap and a 4-hour low, dude. I should have waited for price to sweep that first before looking at retracement, right? But I got ahead of myself. I didn't want to miss out on the move. And, again, that was just emotions taking over, which I'll be totally honest with. Again, it wasn't the smartest trade, but we managed it pretty good. So let's see. We wait for price to come down. It ends up sweeping this low, right? We sweep this low. What do I start to look for? What time is this at? 10:04. This is at 10:13, right? Go to 10:13 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ comes out, sweep this low also. All right, look. What do we look for? We see NASDAQ comes up. We don't break structure yet. We end up forming a bearish fair value gap right here. 1 minute bearish fair value gap on ES, as we can see. What I want to see off the 15-minute liquidity sweep, we end up getting an inverse fair value gap, right? We end up getting an inverse fair value gap, and we break structure to the upside on the 1 minute time frame. Looking good so far. My main target was going to be this 15-minute fair value gap or this hourly fair value gap. And if we could see on NASDAQ, I thought we could come up to this 15-minute fair value gap because we had 1, 2, 3, 4 equal highs, right? I thought we were going to at least come up there on NASDAQ. And as we can see, if we skip forward on NASDAQ, NASDAQ ends up breaking structure to the upside. Let's see where it does. It didn't break structure yet. I think I was already in my trade. Let's just see first. Hold on. I think we got a 5-minute break of structure on NASDAQ. Let me see. Yep, that's what it was. Sorry. We ended up getting a 5-minute break of structure on NASDAQ, right? And this is the leading index currently right now. Let me X this out. So again, I'm scaled to the 1 minute time frame, but I'm already focused on ES, right? Because I think ES is the lagging index. If we look at the higher time frame, ES is the lagging index, right? Let's go to the hourly. Look, we can see ES is all the way down to this 4-hour gap. NASDAQ hasn't even gotten there yet, right? So I want to look in the direction of the leading index. We break structure in the 5-minute time frame. I scaled down to the 1 minute time frame here on NASDAQ, but I was focused on ES here, right? Because we can see we get a better setup. So we can see we get a break of structure to the upside, 1 confirmation, inverse fair value gap, 2 confirmation, right? What do I want to see? I want to see our continuation confluences. So I mark out 1 minute bullish fair value gap right here. As we can see, I'm still waiting, still not entering. End up forming equilibrium from these lows to these highs. Perfectly matches into the bullish fair value gap. What do we get? Like, look at this, dude. I still think it wasn't a bad trade, but I probably shouldn't have taken it. I should have knew that these 4-hour lows were going to get taken. But I thought we were going to get a little retrace. So we end up coming down into this bullish fair value gap and equilibrium. We get buying pressure out of it. I like the look of this candle when it closed. So I entered off this candle closure. Putting my stops below this low. First take profit was the 50% level. Second take profit and final take profit was going to be the start of this hourly fair value gap above. And I probably would have taken out maybe one more take profit here and let those runners run. But again, we didn't want to get that. So look what happens, right? We get movement up. Trade's looking good. We form one bullish fair value gap right here. As we can see, we inversed it on this move down. I didn't panic yet. We still have this bullish fair value gap right here that we can react off of. Boom. We inverse this 1 minute bearish bullish fair value gap to the downside, right? Move this to the side. Inverse both of them. With this 4-hour low down below and this 4-hour fair value gap, and we're disrespecting bullish confirmation now, I noticed that this trade is not worth it. I'd rather cut my losses short here because, again, we're disrespecting bullish confirmation. And we're going off the 1 minute time frame. What I did notice also, right? We broke structure on the 5-minute time frame. I was looking comfortable here, but I didn't see this at first. We formed a 5-minute bearish fair value gap right here, as you can see. Little gap. Turn this red. We could see we reacted right off of that. Came right into it. Boom. Reaction right off. Didn't close above it. If we closed above it, would have held the trade, but we didn't. We come down, inverse 2 bullish 1 minute fair value gaps, right? I cut my trade right here. I cut my trade once I see that candle closure. I didn't like it. And I ended up losing $90 per account. I was risking around $150 on this trade, right? So I ended up cutting the trade there. Would have been a nice trade if it could have hit. But as we could see, over time, the trade ends up coming down and taking out our stop loss. So again, we did the right thing here. Right here. Ends up taking out our stop loss. But again, I cut the trade early. And I posted that on my Instagram story. Again, I hate getting these. I don't really hate it. It's just part of the internet, but these haters that comment on my shit, it gets fucking annoying after a little while. But again, I post everything on my Instagram. If you guys want to go check out my Instagram, I post the real reality of my trading journey. Holy shit, my contacts are dry. And I post everything I do. I'm not where I want to be yet. I'm honest with that. I don't sell anything. I don't sell any courses. I don't do none of that shit yet because I want to tell the truth and show the real reality of trading. And that's been relieving a lot of stress off my shoulders. That I can be myself, do what I do, and I know how to fucking trade. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you know more than me with fucking doing all your squiggly lines and shit on the chart. I know how to trade. Right now, it's just figuring out my own journey and getting on track. And I've done that. I've proven that. We all grow and we all start somewhere, right? So, again, just keep doing what you're doing if you're watching this. Stop listening to these people if you're posting on social media and they're hating on you, telling you you're trading stupid. Trade your own way. Trade what you see. And fucking be yourself, all right? Don't take advice from all these assholes on on social media. But other than that, we ended up preserving our capital on this loss. I should have known that we were going to come back down. We got faked out. I saw a lot of people get faked out on this trade today. I saw 3 traders who were profitable end up taking this trade. But again, I think it was a rush trade. We should have at least waited for both indexes to break structure on the upside, or at least wait for this 5-minute inverse on ES, then scale down to the lower time frame, target these draws and liquidity above. So, or not these bearish fair value gaps. But again, part of it, guys, I'm on a 5-trade losing streak. We have $1,750 of drawdown left on 50K accounts for Apex. You start off with $2,500 of drawdown. We had the accounts up to 50,972. Now most of the accounts are down to 50,280. Some of them are down to 50,200. Like, they're all mixed up a little bit. So, because I didn't have them all at the same time. But again, 10 PA accounts. I know the most recent ones that we activated this month are down to 49,400 something, which is not good. But again, we know what we're doing. We're going to build back up, and we're going to prove we can build back up, because this is the only way you learn from it. This is where most people fail. I really think this is the time that defines you as a trader, of when you're in drawdown. If you say you're never going to be drawdown, you're not a trader. I'm sorry. You're going to be in drawdown somewhere through your journey, and it's a step you're going to have to overcome, and this is the step where I have to overcome. Because I've had so many PA accounts. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I've done this for 6 years. Again, I've been trading futures for like 2.5, 3 years, whatever it's been. But again, I've passed over 50 evals or something like that. I know that's not a lot. But again, I've had 9 accounts before. I had 11 accounts before. I had 10 accounts, which is now. I've had 3, 4, 5. I've done top step 2. But again, I've been here many times. This is the part. I feel like this is the last hump I got to get over. And once we get up over that, then we'll start to become consistently profitable. But again, not going to rush that process. We got plenty of time to get to where we want to be. I'm just grateful I get to do this, and I'm grateful that I have a community with 200 people in it. Again, not everybody's active, but that's just going to keep growing over time. I'm not going to worry about that. The real people who know how to trade and who are interested in trading and are going to do it in the long term know the real reality of this shit. And I'm here to show you guys that, especially if you're a beginner, so I can just help you relate to somebody that actually is showing the truth and show you that this is the real reality of trading. It's hard. It takes time. It's a lot of fucking mental. It fucks up your mental a lot, I'll be honest with you. It makes you want to go crazy. You feel like you're doing everything wrong sometimes. But again, over time, you guys got to stick with your system and keep growing. So again, today's been a busy day. Sorry I'm always wearing a tank top, because usually I film these, I'm going either to the gym or I'm getting back from the gym. But it's been a busy day. I had to go to the bank, dog to the vet. My mom's in the hospital. Had to work out. Had to trade today, and a bunch of other shit too. So it's been a busy day. It hasn't been the best month, but again, I don't know. It's been a crazy world lately too. I'm not even going to get into that. But again, we're just going to try and keep our head up, be faithful, trust God, trust the process, and just overall be grateful we get to do this every day and we get to wake up every day to do this. So again, thank you guys, whoever subscribed to me. I appreciate everything. I appreciate you guys helping me grow my channel. This is my dream, and I'm slowly continuing to get to where I want to be. And over time, we'll look back and say that it was all worth it. All right, cool. Have a great night. Appreciate it, guys.